Good morning. It's a sunny day. Looks like it might be nice. Let's make some seed deliveries. I couldn't get my phone out quick enough to film it, but I just went past the river there where we were filming yesterday, and it has crested. The water is going down. That triangle field that was 100% underwater yesterday, it now has a corner that is showing dirt. It's not dry dirt, but it is dirt, not water. So that's good. We'll see what what happens with the rain tomorrow. Because if we get a bunch more rain, it's going to come up higher than it was yesterday. We'll check the data later this afternoon, see if we can figure out what the crest was overnight or yesterday or whenever it happened. Made it back to the seed warehouse, and we got our second load loaded up, going to the same place. We've pushed the pile back a little bit. If we could get rid of some of this long row, it would make things look better in here. Oh well. I've got a couple of guys I could take some paper bags to maybe this afternoon. I don't know if we're going to do that or not. I'm going to try and call one guy here, see if he's willing this afternoon to take stuff or not. Oh, we're on trip number 3 of the day. We got a trailer full of bags. Oh, I should probably slow down if you guys can see the speedometer in the windshield there, huh? Anyway, we're going past the field here with the water. It's going down. Look at this corner up here after this car goes by. Look, it's dry dirt. No, look, yeah, it's not all just corn stalks. That's actual dirt. The river has gone down some, maybe almost a foot, it looks like. So, yeah, until it rains tomorrow at least. Water's moving on. All right, so we got a full trailer load of paper bags back there, and we got 5 different customer seed on here. Now I only have to make 2 stops, but it's for 5 different accounts, so this is a big one. Oh man, long day today. Made 3 big trips. Got some seed out this week though. I was adding it up. Put over 1,000 miles of driving in, delivering seed, and over 30 hours. So got a lot done. We are making a dent. I'm sort of down to just a couple of guys. Well, it's not true. There's a handful of guys yet. There's one big one that has like 46 boxes of these beans. All go to one guy, and he won't take any yet. So I'm hoping next week maybe, but he sort of put us off for another week, or at least it sounds like. So I don't know when that's going to happen, but that's 6 trips I got to make to this one person. And then all of our beans for our farm are here, except for the 4 boxes that I had treated a while ago. So it's about time to start treating those and getting them out of here. And then I've got 2 guys that I've already taken some seed to that have another full load going to each of them. And I might try and get those done next week too, if they'll take the stuff. So it's progress. We're not, we're way back from where we were. At one point, the seed was stacked, clear out to here, and we've pushed them way back. So getting our farm's beans out of here will make another big dent, and we'll create some more room. Let's see what our river monitoring station says today after we looked at it yesterday. So this is the full year. You can see we're still at the peak, but let's change this to a 7-day view. We must have lost power there. That's my guess why there's a gap in the data here. But yeah, this was kind of the peak flow. It was when we looked at it yesterday, 9.94, and then it starts tapering off to currently at 9.14 feet. Let's pull up the discharge. Yeah, peak was 1,060 where we saw it yesterday, and now it's down to 665 cubic feet per second, which is still a lot of water. Statistics for April 4th, 2025 based on 5 years of data. Low, 51. Median, 91. High, 394. Well, we beat that, didn't we? All right. Cool. Good morning. welcome back to the farm. It's a Monday. I don't have any seed deliveries to make today, at least not yet. I tried calling the one guy that I was hoping to, and he's like, well, maybe later in the week you can give me a call. Oh, okay. So we've got a few guys that are kind of holding me off because they're not ready for it for whatever reason. We've got a couple guys that I'm still waiting on some of their seed to get delivered to me, and hopefully we get some of that this week. But as of right now, I don't have any seed to deliver. So what we might do is start treating my beans. I did treat some beans over the weekend for the guys that I was hoping to take stuff to this week, and maybe we still will. But I have treated very few of the beans for our farm, and so it might be time to start working on those. But before we get to that, this morning here, I don't know if we're going to try and get this planter out of here this morning, but we might try and get it out of here today. But we've got a little bit of work to do to the front headlights on this tractor yet. We put all new LED lights all the way around on this tractor over the winter here and did most of them. But I've got a couple on this front grille, or one in particular, that I messed up. This one here, we accidentally left the plastic film on, and it needs rotated. So I'm going to try and fix that so that it looks like the one on the other side there. Well, I got that off. I was able to kind of peel it out of there. Now, I wonder if I take those 3 screws loose, I can rotate that light without taking the mounting bracket off of there. Well, it's sort of hard to show much there, but I got it. Much better. All right, that solves that. Now, we still have our warning light issues. I'm going to give that guy a call, see if they have any solution for those, or if we need to put our originals back in. Oh man, those lights are all really bright. So you can see up there, and man, in the video they look orange, don't they? They really do. Really what it is the bright lights, the field lights, are a warm white, or a cool white. They're like a 6,000 color temperature. The flashers at the top there are a warm white, like a 3,000. These are actually orange, but those flashers in the top corner are not amber like they're supposed to be, and so we can't run it like that. So I'd kind of like to get that planter out of the shop here this morning, and Dad's, we got to clean it out the shed here so we can get room to put it in there. We redid this stand Dad did for this tank, this cone bottom that we've got. We didn't use it last year. It was just sitting out behind the barn, but the bottom of the stand was rotted off, so Dad welded some new supports under it, and he's been painting this tank, getting it all cleaned up nice, and so we need to stand it up and put it in there. Okay, so we've got these straps, and we're going to try and lift. The thing is, we are already going to be maxing out our height, so we can't have super long straps, and we've got to get it over that cone, and we have to get it out of this door. I don't know, maybe we should just roll it outside before we pick it up. Of course, we got this fitting on here, so we can't really roll it. Okay, well, we'll see what we can do. We'll figure it out. Wonder if Dad's going to drive the tractor or if he wants me to drive the tractor. All right, Dad's driving. Oh boy, let's see. It's not that tall. It should be fine. We're concerned about reach, or height, lift height with the loader here. We used the backhoe bucket on the backhoe, like the rear bucket, with the one line we did last year. Drive in. Drive in some more. Yeah, we ain't gonna make it out though. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can hold the bottom of this while he backs it out. I'm gonna have to put you guys down for a minute. Well, we got too much chain and strap. We're never going to make it over the tank. But we can get it over there, and then we'll have to use the backhoe probably, or figure out how to lift it from lower down. We could put a shorter chain in. Let's see what we can do. We might just use the backhoe, it'll be just as easy. I hope we're not destroying this fitting. Just get a new plastic coupler if we are. Okay, we got it over here. It really should be rotated around, but it is what it is. I think, so our driveway's dropping pretty quickly here. I think it would be best to have the backhoe sitting up here, but we'll let Dad do it however he wants. He's the backhoe operator. All right, well, if we can get hooked onto this thing and get it lifted up, this should work. I've done it before. We did the one over there last year. Try and steady it, but not much I can do. Don't stand under the water. Scratching all the paint off. There we go. Gonna get it vertical, or we're gonna have enough lift. Okay. Start swinging it. All of a sudden it feels windy out here. Oh yeah, I remember this being very tight last year.
There's some stone on the side.
Oh yeah, can't have that. I'm close here. I think you're okay. Swing it over here. So that fitting there is for a sight gauge that we want to be kind of this way, if possible. I might have to put it in place and then pick it back up to rotate it. Clear. It's like we know what we're doing or something, I don't know. Okay. You're pretty centered there. You might curl your bucket in a little. You were centered. I don't know if I'm going to be able to turn it enough. We might have to take it off and rehook. I don't have my main lift down here. Gonna need a ladder. Huh? I can't really spin it because of the way that strap is up there. Yeah, let me grab a ladder. I'll climb up there and rehook it. All right, we moved that strap to the other side of the bucket, so I should be able to spin it now. Ooh, don't fall off the ladder. Okay. All right, let's try this. Yep. better, not quite where I want it. Lift again. Okay, down. That's good. I think that's good for alignment. It'll kind of self-level in there a little bit, won't it? All right, I think we're in good shape here. We're gonna not fall in the hole and get our straps off. This is just for water. That's why it's outside the dock here, or the dike. We just gonna use water, so a hole in the top isn't a huge deal. It's just gonna get water in it from the rain. As long as we don't get a bunch of debris. Debris would be bad. All right, well, we might have to touch up our painting a little bit. Not that it's a big deal. The black keeps the sunlight out so it doesn't get algae in it, which also may be a reason to cut the hole in the top. Ah, it's close. Put a bunch of water in it, it'll be fine. I gotta do some plumbing. No, it ain't gonna tip over. You ready to get the ATV sprayer out to top dress wheat yet?
I think I'll wait till the end of the week.
Yeah, not quite. Not quite. Anybody need a irrigation pump? We've got a big one right here. Comes on a trailer if you want the trailer. It's got a 450-gallon tank for fertilizer injection, electrical panel, vacuum pump, electric vac pump, 75 horse, electric, 3-phase. I don't know what size or how to rate this pump. I think it's a 2.5-inch pump. It's a Cornell 2.5 YHCC. It's a big pump, moves a lot of water, high pressure. It's a nice trailer. We don't need it anymore with the new irrigation system. So anyway, also Phil has been fixing up our trailer here, kind of. Look at that. Look at that fancy shiny aluminum rims. Apparently the tires on these are they got lots of tread left on them, but they are original tires for this trailer. I think it's like a 94. This is an old Army trailer that we bought and painted up, and when we got it, there were still stickers on the tires, like it hadn't been used at all, but it was 25 years old, and the tires are starting to dry rot. So Phil says we better replace those tires, and he's right. We better replace those tires. So he got new tires, got new rims, because they're the old style rims on here. Yeah, Bud style, I think is what they call them. I don't know, I'm not a tire guy, but this is a problem. We can't have that on a trailer that we're actually using. So Phil's been changing tires. Is there a date right there? No, that's not a date. Oh, anyway, fixing it up. Here's the tires that have come off of that trailer. And I hear we also have new drives coming for this Volvo. Some of these are pretty bald or to the point where they need replaced pretty bad. That one. And he's going to change the size so that it matches the other trucks so that all of them have the same size tires on them, I guess. I don't know. I'm not much of a truck driver, and nor do I want to be a truck driver. Phil handles that side of our business, and he does a great job with it, so we let him. So he hauls most of all of the grain. I don't know where we're at with stuff. I know the bean bin is empty, but I think there's still a fair bit of corn out here somewhere. Anyway, on a related but totally separate note, our grain bin project down to Berkey is fixing to continue this week. Sounds like towards the end of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday maybe, we're going to try and get some of those bins down, or get all of those bins taken down. I don't know how fast it'll go, but we've got a set of jacks lined up and trying to make a plan to get the old ones down so that we can get the foundations out, start working on the concrete side of it. Okay, so we got that done. Dad's going to clean up in the back shop there a little bit, move some of his boards and stuff. He's been planing boards for the last several weeks, and he's got some edging to do with his joiner and all that stuff out there. All fine, just that's what he likes to do, so that's what he's been working on. But I want to get this planer out of the shop, and that's kind of where it needs to go. So he's going to organize some stuff a little bit, and we'll get the planer put back in there later this afternoon. In the meantime, you guys remember that sweet Boss fuel trailer that we have? Well, they came to do some updates to it. Well, I say they came to do some updates. They came and got it last fall and took it back to their shop to do some updates to it. And, well, I kind of just took advantage of their storage situation and let them store it for me for the winter. And we kind of need it back. So, I'm going to run over and pick that up. It's a little ways away over towards Centerville, Michigan, I believe. Should be a little over an hour drive from here. Not a big deal. But I'm going to go run and grab that while Dad works on cleaning stuff up. And then this afternoon, we'll get that planter moved out of the shop. Anybody needs a fuel trailer or a spray drone, this is the place to go. And apparently landscaping stuff. Well, here it is. So they came and picked this up this fall one day because they wanted to update the DEF system in here. So this is a whole new tank. Yeah, we'll go over it and look it over better when we get it home. But they have a proprietary tank, I believe. It used to be the pump was in there, which it no longer is. It's now right here. Super easy to get to. So it's supposed to work a little bit better. Not blow the fuses that we were having. They cleaned up the wiring that we had here. That's nice. So all looks good. I'll get her home. Seriously, if you guys need a spray drone and you're in the southern Michigan, northern Indiana, northwest Ohio area, or really anywhere in Michigan, I suppose, they've got T50s in stock. I saw there. They're a Best Way ag dealer. He's got tender platforms for putting on semi-trucks for hauling water and stuff. Got a drone trailer over there, spray trailer. He's got tanks, Boss fuel trailers. These guys have been pretty good to me, good to work with. So if you guys need any of that stuff, hit up Jared, Finn & Co. He's not here, otherwise I would try and put him on camera, but he's not here, so that's all right. I appreciate what they've done in getting us this fuel trailer. It's been really, really nice, and we need to get it back because we need to get some fuel out of our big tank. We are probably going to need a semi-load of fuel for the spring here, so we're trying to make enough room to get a full tanker load in or get some taken out, and so we can fill up this, fill up some of the equipment, probably get 1,000 gallons out of that tank, and then we can get a semi-load in. Oh, also on the drone front, speaking of spray drones, that is where I bought my spray drone from. I finally got a tail number today. We finally got our registration number from the FAA. I sent that paperwork in back in the first week of December, and it is now the first week of April, and we are finally getting a registration. So that's good. Doesn't mean I'm legal to fly yet. But we can start the next step in the exemption process, and I've already got an attorney hired that's submitting that paperwork for me today. So hopefully this one does not take as long as the first one did, and we'll be legal to fly before we need it. There is some workarounds here with working with third party and flying under their license and exemptions, but then you have to go through them for billing and other stuff, which I'm not doing it for hire, so the billing thing isn't really that big of a deal. Not real sure exactly how all of that will work, but we'll figure it out, whatever we got to do to make it legal to fly. I have my licenses, both FAA and Ohio Department of Ag, in place, so I've done everything that I can. I made it back. We're going to go ahead and fill her up. You can see our fuel level is right there, right by that board. So, we'll draw that down a little ways. We're going to fill up some of the equipment and stuff, and we'll be able to get a full transport load in that tank. If that tank is real empty, we can get a 9,000 gallon load in, but most of the time they're 7,500 gallons. Now, let's see what it looks like back here. Oh yeah. Dad's moved a bunch of stuff around. Got the floor cleaned up nice. So we're just going to back the planter right in that way there. We'll have plenty of room to get it in. Alright, cool. My pump just clicked off. Holds about 590 gallons. Oh, cow. All right, let's get this planter out of here. See if we can get it folded up. It's a little tricky. Gotta get between our posts. We'll make it work. Took a little bit of maneuvering and getting it in just the right spot to get it to fold without pushing through our center doors and hitting the post, but we got it. Get the wing wheels the wing units folded up here, and we're good to go. There, it'll sit there.
You want me to drill a hole or burn a hole through your forklift?
No, we got to drill it. I was thinking about that. We need a hole, don't we?
Are we going to use a torch? Or
No, not the torch. A drill bit. Clean hole.
you think it will?
Yes, I drilled one in one of my forklifts. What size of hole do we need? 3/4 inch? Okay.
Something for ball hitch.
Yeah.
Or clevis. I would do an inch.
Okay. Yeah. Are you using this?
No.
Okay. I'll drive it up to the shop and we'll put a hole in it. So we need a hole in one of these forks. We use it frequently for putting a ball in for moving trailers and stuff around, or a clevis or a hitch pin or whatever else. It's just sometimes easier to back things into place with the forklift than it is hooking it up to whatever else we might be using. On our old forklift, they had torched a hole in it, and it was jagged edges, and just I would prefer to drill it. I drilled one in mine. I don't think they're that hard. The other key is keeping it far enough back that it doesn't overly weaken the tip, but close enough to the edge that you're not bottoming out when you're trying to hook into anything and you can't turn and stuff. We were a little too far back on our old one. So we're going to put a spot right in there, and we're going to drill a hole in it. This is a perfect spot for a mag drill. I don't have a mag drill, so we're going to freehand it with a corded drill. Ooh, where's our big Milwaukee drill at? I have to go find it. So we found the Milwaukee drill. It was in the back porch because apparently that's where we keep corded power tools now. But she don't work. It's gonna burn up. Something's not right. I tried changing the brushes and cleaning it. It didn't work, so guess we'll use the cordless. Start with a small hole, and we'll go a little bigger, and then we'll go big. Well, we're up to a 1/2 inch hole, I think. Now there's an inch bit. We're going to see if we can do it. The first 2 bits were nice, good, sharp bits. This one, not so sure it's quite so good. We'll see what we get. Well, it's definitely not sharp, but we're making progress. We'll get through it. It'll be okay. The drill's getting hot, so I'm giving it a break. I made it! I need to file the bottom edge a little bit, but I should work. We're just going to park this here for now. We probably need to take it around and fill some stuff up at some point, like our generator, and the tractors obviously can drive to the fuel pump, but whatever. Getting 600 gallons out of there was a big help, so yeah, there's the new DEF tank. I don't know. We'll put some DEF in there at some point, but don't really need it right now. We don't use this a ton in the spring. It's more for in the fall, especially when we're working down to Berkey. But yeah, looks like it'll work pretty good. This is a really nice fuel trailer. Like, we've gotten along really, really well with it. It's just the right size for us. And we really don't use this cabinet on the back much, but if you wanted an air compressor or something in there, definitely would work and be a good spot for it. I don't know. When we're farming at our stuff down in Berkey, so we've got a farm that's 35 miles east of here, and we got to haul fuel down there. And you know, when you're got the combine and the grain cart and maybe a tillage tractor and generator and everything else running down there, it takes a lot of fuel. And 100 gallons a day in a transfer tank in the back of a pickup isn't going to cut it. 600 gallons a day, well, that'll do it. So like I said earlier, I did treat a few beans this weekend, more than the 6 boxes here. I think I did 15 of them on Saturday, and then I came out and did these here yesterday. These ones mostly all have inoculant on it for a grower. I was just gonna clean these up, put the boxes on or the lids on, and stack them up out of the way here. I don't really have any seed deliveries lined up for tomorrow yet either, but man, it would be nice to make some. So I've got, let's see, I got 7 boxes over there that go to a grower, technically 2 growers, but they're at the same place. And then all of those pallets of corn go with 4 of these boxes. And so that one I'm hoping to get done later this week. There's a stack of boxes in here plus one of these boxes that goes to a guy. I talked to him this morning, and he said maybe to give him a call Wednesday or Thursday, so that's fine. That box goes to one of my customers that just got a single box. And then the rest of them are still untreated, and there's a bunch of them in here that are ours, and I could start treating, for example, these 30-35s and push this row back a little bit. That would be nice. We could start treating some of those. But I am getting down about to the end of the deliveries that I have to make for the warehousing stuff that I'm doing, with the exception of there's one big grower that has like 46 of these boxes, but won't really take anything yet. So we'll get the few done that we've got sitting in here. There's some paper bags that need to move yet. But then really it's down to just that kind of that one big account. So yeah,